Okay, so today's warm-up is just going to be to check the answers to the makeup work. Make sure that if you don't have work shown that you're filling it in now before you turn in your makeup work assignment. Number 1 is 34 plus negative 12 minus 52. So we're going to use order of operations. And the first thing we'll do is add 34 and negative 12. It's addition with opposite signs. Remember, adding a negative is the same as subtraction. So this ends up being 22. We bring down what we didn't use yet, minus 52. 22 is positive. You're taking away positive 52. You're taking away more than you have. And your answer will end up being negative 30. So be sure to practice those integer operations if that one was a challenge for you. Number 2 says find the missing value in the table if x is proportional to y. So you're looking for a pattern relating y and x. So if you're looking from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top, it's going to work. Let's go ahead and take a look at maybe the third column. And we would ask ourselves, how do you get from 7 to 28? What do you multiply by? You're going to multiply 7 times 4 to get 28. Which would mean you also could work in reverse, and you could go from 28 to 7 by dividing by 4. But that should work in every column. So let's check. 1/2 times 4 is 2. Negative 3 times 4 is 12. And so something times 4 is 40. If you can't think of that number, then you can work backwards. You can do 40 divided by 4 is that number. Or if you're good enough with your mental math right now, you know that this number is 10. Because 10 times 4 is 40. Number 3, solve the expression if y equals negative 4. We have the expression of 2 times y minus 13. Remember, that's an algebraic expression. When we plug in our numbers, we'll make it a numeric expression. So as we plug in, it's going to be 2 times negative 4 minus 13. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 minus 13. If you're showing your steps, it would be keep switch opposite. If you're looking at the number line, it's negative 8 where you would be starting, and you're going 13 more spaces to the left. Negative 21. Number 4, if a car travels 130 miles in 2 hours, what is the rate in miles per hour? I don't have any room at the bottom of my page, so I'm going to do my work right here. If it travels 130 miles in 2 hours, we're going to write that as a ratio. And we want to know how far it would travel in 1 hour, so in other words, we're finding that unit rate. So we set up an equivalent fraction. And we ask ourselves, what do you divide 2 by to get 1? 2 divided by 2 is 1. So therefore, 130 divided by 2 is going to give us our miles per hour. 130 divided by 2 is 65. So this car is driving 65 miles per hour. Number 5 and 6 on the back side of the paper. We just have some order of operations problems here. Number 5 is 24 plus negative 7 plus 12 times 5. So you have to follow order of operations. So we have to do parentheses first. Negative 7 plus 12 is 5. You're going to rewrite the rest of the problem. New problem says 24 plus 5 times 5. We have no more parentheses work. We have no exponents. We do have some multiplication. 5 times 5 is 25. No more multiplication, no division. Now we just have addition. 24 plus 25 is 49. Number 6, 2 3/4 divided by 3 1/3. First thing we'd want to do is write improper fractions. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 is 11. 11/4 divided by, going to do the same thing to 3 1/3. It's going to become 10/3. And now we have a solvable fraction problem. Remember, your rules for fraction division are to keep, switch, flip, and then you multiply straight across. 11 times 3 is 33. 4 times 10 is 40. So our answer is 33/40. 33 over 40. Last two questions. We have another algebraic expression. 3 times x plus 24y minus 13. And they told us that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 6. So we're going to take this algebraic expression and we're going to make it a solvable numeric expression. And then we use order of operations just as we did on problem number 5. 3 times 2 is 6. 24 times 6 is 144. Now we just have addition and subtraction. 144 plus 6 is 150 minus 13. 150 minus 13 would give us 137. Final question is a scale drawing. So you have a 2.5 inch tall drawing of a building, and it says what is the height of the actual building if the scale is 1 inch equals 46 feet. So you can do this in a table or you can do it with equivalent fractions. I'm going to write this first as an equivalent fraction because it is a ratio. So I know that 1 inch is equal to 46 feet. I'm going to make an equivalent fraction, or if you did a table, it would be the second column of your table. And I know this about the scale drawing. I know that it's 2.5 inches tall, so that number goes on the top because I chose to put inches on the top of my original ratio. So then I ask myself, 1 times what is 2.5? Well, anything times itself, anything times 1 is itself. So we're going to multiply by 2.5. Do the same thing in the denominator. 46 times 2.5 to keep things proportional. And 46 times 2.5 or 2.5 is 115. So if the building was 1 inch tall in the drawing, it would be 46 feet tall in real life. Since it's 2.5 inches tall, it's 115 feet in real life.